Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Firewood at the Furnace. My name is Brad, and it is looking pretty empty here in the yard, as you can tell. We did a little cleanup over the last week or so, trying to get some things reorganized in preparation for the transition. And if you remember, all the wood that was piled up over here is now gone. And you might be saying, well, if you processed all that wood, where is it? Well, it's not here, and I'm going to tell you why today. I've got some concerns, I've got some questions, and I've got some advice for those of you who might be in the situation that I find myself in right now this time of year. So stick around. All right, so like I said, we did some cleanup and some reorganization here. You can see that I've got Taylor's little bundle area set up over here. She's been making quite a few bundles. We've picked up another retail store front who are now buying bundles from us as well. They had another supplier, but I don't know what happened. They called me and said, can you start supplying us with bundles? So we are doing that, and there's about 2 cord of bundle wood down there still stacked up that I kept aside, and I'm glad I did now that we have this other customer. But we did some reorganization here. I got a few cherry logs laying here next to the axis, and there's a few logs laying over here. But a couple weeks ago, when I showed you this 6-way wedge that I brought back from Paul Bunyan, I told you I was going to start separating my box wedge rounds from my 6-way rounds. We got a little pile of 6-way rounds there that we're going to split today with the 6-way wedge. But speaking of where all this wood went that was here, you remember last time we were in the yard, we had to cut that big load of wood up that was ready to split. It's been split, it's gone. And then that pile that was over here is split and it's gone. And then I brought in a few more logs the other day that we need to get to work on. But what I want to talk to you today is about green wood customers, because it might be a good problem to have, but it's still a problem, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so a little bit of a story time here. You all know that over the past couple years, I've had my green wood customer who orders 10 cords of wood from me every year. 10 green cords, he stays a year ahead, and it makes it really nice for him. All his wood is stacked up there, and he's good to go every year. He's got plenty of wood. So what I normally do is when I get done processing for the fall, which is normally around Easter, a little bit after Easter, whatever I have split and stacked is my wood for the following fall, I will start processing green wood and taking it straight to the farm to that 10 cord customer. So I started working on that this year, and then I got a phone call from somebody else who was interested in green wood, who wanted 3 cords. And now just a couple weeks ago, I got another call from someone who wanted green wood for 2 cords. Now this 2 cord customer originally called and wanted firewood for this year. And like I have to tell a lot of people at this point in the season, I am sold out of all my dry season firewood. So this person calls me back and says, well, can you split 2 cord for me and just bring it? And I said, well, yes, I can do that. I said, but it's not going to be, ready for this fall or this winter. It's not going to be dry. It's not going to be ready to burn. Oh yeah, I know. Just if you can do that for me, that'd be great. So I hung up with him and I said, okay, well now I've got not only 10 cords of green wood to deliver, but with these 2 additional customers, now I have 15 green cord of wood to deliver. 2 problems. Number 1 problem is that I'm now not processing wood for next year here in my yard. The second problem is that I know that at least one of these 3 customers is going to be trying to burn this green wood this winter. So I'm going to tell you how I handled that. So after I got off the phone with this 2 cord customer that wants green wood, I couldn't get it out of my head that I just knew that when I delivered this freshly split wood to him, that he's going to try to burn it this winter. I just know that's his plan, because he originally called me for firewood for this year, and when I told him I didn't have any, he changed his mind and called me back and said, just split it and bring it. So in that situation, you have to be very, very, very clear with your customers on what they are getting. They're getting green wood, freshly split, that is not ready to burn. Not only did I tell him that and text him that in a text message so it's documented, it will also be on my invoice, the receipt that I give to him. It's going to be spelled out very clearly that this wood is green and not ready to burn. My question to you all is, if you have green wood customers, what do you do to relay that message? Now, you can, some people I'm sure just tell them, and whatever they do is up to them. Myself, I feel almost obligated to make sure, because what could eventually happen is someone could buy green wood knowing it's green, go to burn it this winter, and then start putting out on social media that this wood is not ready to burn, it's not dry, it won't light, it won't burn, you know, it's got water boiling out of the ends of it, and that doesn't look good for you or your business. So whether you're watching this video as a potential customer purchasing firewood, or you are a firewood seller selling firewood, I think it's very, very important to relay and to have clear communication with each other about what they are actually getting. When I first started doing this thing, I just refused to sell green firewood. Even if someone had asked me, I would have told them no, I didn't have any ready, and I just refused to sell green wood. Now, I would say 80 to 90% of the customers, even your customers, probably do not buy wood a year ahead of time. Very few people have the space, the money, or the time to stay a year ahead on their firewood. These few customers that I have apparently do, and that's great. But this wood right here is we're gonna split this today with a 6-way, and it's gonna go up the conveyor into the trailer and get delivered to this customer we're talking about. So again, I'm not processing wood here in my yard. I've still got to get these bins set up to start going, and I'm going to go hard all winter long. December, January, February, March, we're just going to try to pump out as much wood as we can into those conveyors since we're not stacking anymore. But I would already be, you know, 10, 12 cord ahead on next year's supply if it wasn't for these greenwood customers. Now, I'm not complaining. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. These greenwood customers are great, but you just have to understand that getting ahead and staying ahead, as we all know, is the biggest struggle with operating a firewood hobby business, whatever you have. And adding greenwood customers to your orders at the end of your season will allow you or cause you to struggle a little bit at the staying ahead part. All right, so I'm going to get this box wedge off of here, get the 6-way thrown in. We'll rip through this pile real quick, send it up the conveyor, and then we'll get a moisture meter out and we'll take some readings on a few random pieces of wood and just see exactly where we're at. All right, so that 6-way wedge made really quick work of those rounds. I pulled a few aside, 3 different species. This is oak, this is locust, and this is walnut. And we're just gonna check and see, this is fresh off the splitter, what our moisture content is here. Turn this on so everybody can see. About 29% on the oak. This locust, about 28 and a half. And this walnut, right about 30. So, too wet to burn. 20% and less is ideal. 22, 23% you can probably get away with, but 30% it's going to need some time for sure. All right, so this video today was more or less just for some feedback from you all and to give you a little glimpse into what's going on here in the yard and what's going on with my customers and kind of what's going through my mind. I prefer not to sell green wood to a large number of customers just for the simple fact that it makes it harder for me to keep up for next year's customers. But you know, if you've got a few here and there and that works, then that's great. Just be aware that getting ahead and staying ahead is the goal. Some of you, your business model is selling green wood, and that's great if it works for you and your customers know exactly what they're getting. I've said it before in my videos and I'll say it again now. A lot of the people who sell firewood in my area do not do it the right way. There are a couple, and you know them, that do it the right way, but I do see people in our area that cut the wood, split the wood, and sell the wood right away. They don't cut wood any other time of the year except for now because they see an opportunity to make a quick dollar, and that's what they do. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine. I prefer not to do it that way. Firewood is something that I enjoy and something that I want to make sure that I keep my customers happy and do it the right way. So let me know, do you sell green wood? Do you sell only green wood? Or do you do half and half? I'm curious to read the comments. I really want to see them, so make sure you drop them down below and let me know what your thoughts are on this whole topic. That's going to be it for today. I just stepped on a rake and busted myself in the mouth. Got a little bleeding going on inside, so I'm going to take care of that. And I will see you all back here next Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. Take care.